Yo, what's up, tube viewers, and welcome back to some more Factorio. In between episodes, I plopped down some more steam engines over here. I also removed the old stuff, so my little power plants I had up here, no more steam engines, and also the burner generators are gone because this is running nice and fluid, like motion in the ocean, baby. I've also added a silo here, not a warehouse, just a silo. Significantly smaller storage size, but I wanted a buffer for these wood blocks. That way, you know, this stuff would never get backed up. So I could continuously process crushed stone in here. And that way, you know, before I was saying this crushed stone might back up, but now that's not going to happen because, well, unless this silo fills up. But yeah, it's going to take a while, right? So I don't think the silo is going to fill up by the time I need, by the time I'm consuming this crushed stone fast enough to where it's not a problem. Also, I realized I was saying that I need a second sapphire setup for this, and I'm not 100% sure that I do. And also, I didn't leave room for one, right? So if worst comes to worst and I do need a second one, like I'm just not generating enough iron or whatever, then I'll just like copy this entire blueprint and delete it and move it over, because I don't want to do that right now. I'm being lazy, but hopefully we won't need another sapphire line. We're not going to be making steel off of this stuff here, so we're going to set up a second steel smelter for, yeah, this will be our steel production here. And yeah, it's quite a lot, but it's what we need to saturate our main bus there. So yeah, not much else has changed. I do have, I think, everything I need to set up the blast furnaces, so I'm probably just going to jump right into that and we'll start designing that system. Okay, so for this stuff, obviously geoprocessing is going to have to be right here, and I don't think I have a
That's all, folks.
I don't think I have a blueprint for processing geodes, but I'm pretty sure it's just crushers. So let me... Okay, so for the geode lines, I think I'm just gonna bring it up. So if I just bring them up like this, should be okay. And then we're gonna need crushers, right? So we'll just line it up with the bottom of this flotation cell so it looks kind of nice. Do a little space like that, and we should only need one crusher per geode. I don't think we're going to be generating enough geodes for it to be that much of an issue. And I want to look at my lines, and that's how I want to align my crushers. So first over here we've got that's not going to be red, so we've got blue, orange, right? So this is blue, and then this one's going to be red, I guess. And then what's next? Yellow, and then cyan, and then we've got purple is the only one left. Right, okay, there we go. So if we take a splitter on this first belt, go like that, then we can adjust this to drop here, pick up here. We can hit that splitter there. We'll use undergrounds to go around like that. Undergrounds to go around like that. There we go. And we're gonna have to do the same thing up here. Now yellow and teal are going to be on this second belt here, so I should be able to just reach it. Oh, I actually blundered here. Yeah, so this far line is slag. So let me redo this. I need to make some of the things that actually process the ore, because I'm forgetting what it is I'm actually doing right now. I also forgot where they are. Okay, here we are. So we've got filtration units and crystallizers. So let's make a couple of those, because I kind of forgot what I was doing with the slag. Actually, this might be the secondary part of this whole system. Yellow, cyan, purple. Oh, we've actually got one more, don't we? What's that one for? Light green. That might be gibelite or something. So we'll put that crusher there even though we won't be using it. And that one we can share on the third line if we can even set it up the same way. I'm not sure where the green geodes come from. And these things are going to produce crushed stone and crystal dust. And we already have a crushed stone line up here, so let's say crushed stone. So if I take my crystallizer and my filtration unit, that's right, you give me mineral sludge for slag slurry and purified water, and you give me, oh yeah, that's right, okay, I remember now. So we take the mineral sludge that we get from processing our slag slurry, which, well, I think I'm missing one part of this. Here we go. Okay, we need Geoprocessing 2. Geoprocessing 2 is going to unlock this crystal slurry. Alright, and I should have a blueprint in waste management here. Alright, so we've got this system set up for our waste products here, and we take our geodes, break them down into crushed stone and crystal dust. Crushed stone goes back onto our crushed stone line, which in turn gets fed back to our power system, our algae farms over there. The crystal dust goes into these liquefiers, which turns it into crystal slurry in combination with sulfuric acid. And then we take that crystal slurry and we break it down into mineral sludge. And then all of the mineral sludge gets fed into these crystallizers, which gives us iron and copper. And you can change it. You can use the mineral sludge for lead, tin, silicon, silver, whatever. So we'll take this line, and I plan on having iron, copper on this very first belt line here. So knowing that, I can, and everything should be aligned. Since I'm going this way, I might have to adjust the inserters. Yeah, copper is going to be on the bottom of the belt, so I have to switch these where these are depositing. So let's change the offset to the top and the offset on the bottom. Okay, so the iron deposits on the bottom of this belt, which when, you know, when turned around like this, because it goes in kind of a loop, it's actually the top of the belt. We do need like sulfuric acid for these, and these also produce sulfuric wastewater, which is nice because our wastewater processing is going to be probably right around here. And I don't know how much room I'm going to need for sulfur processing. Just making hydroplant ones right now. So one of these, let's see, where's our sulfur water? Sulfur water is this line here. Which doesn't actually connect to anything currently. So yeah, we've got our sulfur water here. So we'll change this to process sulfuric wastewater. So there's our sulfur processing. What's next? Nitric wastewater, there we go. And then this one down here will be chloric wastewater. And then we'll have one more for fluoric wastewater. Where do we want to take the sulfur? Out this way somewhere, and we are going to need to process it into sulfuric acid for these things to work. So let's go ahead and get that system. Actually, do I have a blueprint? And before I do that, let me re-blueprint this stuff, because it did have some red belts and red inserters and stuff. So sulfur and nitrate processing, line it up here. Let's leave a couple spaces just for random things. Alright, wait, these are chemical plants too, that's why it's not placing these. I also, it looks like, don't have the recipe for nitrate, so I can't process the nitric waste, or the sodium nitrate, which this is giving me. That's okay. We also need some more pipes, some more Cooper pipes. So let me go. There we go. Nitric wastewater hooked up. Chloric and the fluoric we're not going to be processing right away. And you process our sulfur. So let's get that belt all the way down to where it needs to be. Okay, here we go. We're making for sulfuric acid, and we've got a tank to store it. Perfect. What else do we need in here? Okay, here's our sulfuric wastewater line that empties. Cool, all that's hooked up. Yeah, every one of these filtration unit produces sulfuric wastewater, so we can just connect those back to our wastewater system here. I think we're ready to start the furnaces. Let me just picture in my mind how that's gonna look for a second. Oh, one thing I forgot before we go into the furnaces is I forgot about my slag. I didn't leave room for it. But this belt here in the middle is actually going to be coal. So I could run my slag right up here. So we've got our slag coming over to these, which gets turned into slag slurry, and then in turn mineral sludge and blah, blah, blah. You guys already know that stuff. Okay. So geode processing done except for coal. And you know what? Before I do the blast furnaces, let's go set up that carbon line. Because, yeah, as I was saying, we do need it down there. And I do have a blueprint for the carbon, so... Okay, I'm just going to plop it there. And we're going to take a splitter on the coal here. Split a line down. And the furnaces don't need a line to power them because they'll pull crushed coal. And they'll use crushed coal to power themselves. Yeah, I think they'll get to 200 crushed coal, and then they'll start loading it up in there. Yeah, there we go. Okay. So it takes a little bit for it to ramp up, but now we're producing carbon, which we could do a little more research, I guess. So we'll start preparing for this, the faster inserters and things. We'll just do some of the lower tier research, just queue some of that stuff up. Okay, so we've got our coal coming into these. Now, where do I build filter frames? Here we go. So we're gonna make 7 filter frames in each one of these assembly machines here. All right, I think it's time for the furnaces, but before I do that, let's bring down our, well, let's deposit some bobmonium because I don't want that in my inventory. And then let's get stuck on everything while we're trying to walk. Let's bring our carbon line down to where we want it. Okay, I think it's time for furnaces. Although we're gonna need more belts. We are burning through our belts like a fat guy on Weight Watchers. So let's go jump in our car and grab some more belts. 700 belts ought to be enough. I say that, but I'm already down to 600. We'll come over like this. We'll go vertically with our smelters, which means our warehouses will be on this side, which means our bus will be going that way. And then we'll make our main bus vertically upwards as well. All right, sounds good to me. Let's get on it. I'm gonna try and line this up. So I'm gonna walk my character all the way over. Okay, so you're grabbing our iron ore, depositing into here. The fuel line will be on this side of it. Advanced iron smelting 2. Yeah, so we use coke and processed iron to get iron ingots. Maybe we do half the belt on carbon, half the belt in coke. I like that idea. That's actually very good. So up here where our carbon line is, copy you, put it down like that. Okay, we're producing coke from these now, which will be deposited on the same line. All right, so carbon and coke on one line here, and where's that line gonna come down at? Right here. So let's make sure we're starting to research that stuff. Advanced iron smelting, probably copper, tins, lead, advanced zinc smelting. Well, I'll queue up more as I encounter them. Okay, what's this next line gonna be? Oh, cobalt. We need advanced cobalt smelting too. Here, so yeah, we need processed iron and coke instead of just iron ore. If I remember right, I need 2 ore processors per one thingamajig, per one blast furnace. And I haven't researched it, so I'm gonna have to step away and wait for the iron and copper and stuff research to finish. So I'll probably just go do some other things, like maybe I'll set up some more gun turrets, maybe I'll double up my walls and put some radars down and stuff. just general maintenance, general base maintenance, while we wait for this research to finish. So we'll catch you guys up in a bit. Alright, so some of our research is done. We still got a couple to go, but our iron and copper is done. So we can set that up. Blah, blah, blah. We're making 1 per second here, 1 processed iron per second. And this takes 8 processed iron over 4 seconds. So yeah, that's 2 per second. So we're gonna need 2 of these things. And, oh, these things need the iron ore. Ah, okay, so now we actually remove this, and stuff is starting to get a little bit more difficult here. So I wonder, what if I set it up like this? Iron, right? And then into 1 blast furnace, this, which will use coke. So this line will have to move over a little bit. This is our carbon coke line. You know what? Yeah, this is fine. And then if I hover over something and press Q, it'll copy it, so I don't have to find it in my inventory. Oh, you know what else I could do?
Don't tell me! Don't tell me! Don't tell me! Tell me! Don't tell me! Okay, tell me.
We'll just use loaders to load into these things. Loaders, where are you? 1 loader there, another loader there. Like that. There we go. So now we'll only be depositing iron ore onto this belt, which means we don't need this underground. And these undergrounds can actually be a little bit closer, just to look nice. You know, if we really wanted to look nice, we could do this. I think that looks better. Okay. All right, so next up is copper. Oh, we're out of inserters, so let me go grab some inserters. Okay, so some inserters here, ding dong. Yeah, and this guy's gonna need oxygen, but you know what? We can bring oxygen in, no problem. It's gonna be no problem, because we're gonna have oxygen. Well, I haven't decided where we're gonna put oxygen production, but I could slap it like right here. It doesn't really take much room. And I think this top pipe is actually where I was running oxygen before. Yep, okay, so this top pipeline here doesn't actually go to anything. It was just oxygen. And this one might have been some other type of gas, the one below it. I think it was actually. No, that one was for saline water. I can get rid of that one too, actually, because we're not gonna have saline water over here. So we can even slap oxygen production right here. And so yeah, we've got plenty of ways to set that up, so I'll worry about that later. Oh, I didn't leave room for loaders. Dead. And then there we go. All right. Oh, I'm liking how this looks already. It looks so much cleaner. Oh, yes. It's beautiful, man. Yeah, just wait till we get to the aluminum, though. Everything's going to go to hell when we get to there, because there's too many moving parts. No. All right. So silicone nickel on the second line. So silicone is still researching, so we can't do that one yet. So advanced. Oh, that's tin. Wait, do I not have advanced nickel? Oh my gosh, I don't have it yet. Advanced nickel. Oh, I'm researching it right now. What? Duh, I just queued it up. Silicone's almost done. You know what? We could do silicone as soon as it's done, because this line is silicon nickel, right? So, all right. So for silicone, we just need carbon, which we already have on the line. So we don't need this these ore processor setups. We literally just slap a blast furnace down. Set that. Although, let me do something real quick. Advanced silicon 2. Let me just look what I need. Oh, trichlorosilane. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I have no idea what that is or how to get it, so we're not going to worry about that right now. Yeah, you're going to be picking up silicon ore. One bad part about this is that we're only loading one part of the belt with ore. So you know what I could do? We could put a splitter here, And we could wrap, oops, we could do that. And then we could say deposit on the right side or the top side of the belt. And then it's going to be split to the bottom, which in turn is going to put it on the bottom. Then it's really going to make a difference. And we should do that here too. So splitter. And you know what? That leaves us room for a power pole there as well. So it ends up working out perfectly. See? It was all planned in my head before I realized it. I remember watching this TEDx talk, I think it was, that was where they studied human reactions. And apparently the brain sends a signal when making a decision before the person is aware that they're making a decision. So the argument is that we don't actually have free will, but our brains are deciding things for us before we even know it. I mean, I just proved it, right? Because my brain was like, no, we're going to do things this way. I didn't even realize what was happening until I realized what was happening, if that makes sense. Oh man, this is looking clean. I like it. Okay, what's next on the list? Zinc or nickel? Nickel. It was nickel. Nickel my pickle. But we don't have nickel ingot. Okay, so we just need carbon monoxide, which I think we just need coal to make. But you know what? I'm kind of out of time right now. So we're going to have to get to the nickel when we come back next episode, I think. Man, I feel like I didn't get anything done this episode, which is really strange. Well, that's not true. I got the geoprocessing, the slurry set up, wastewater products, sulfuric acid. So yeah, I did quite a bit. I also added some more power production. We doubled up our walls. Yeah, I guess I got some things done. Anyway, I'm out of time. I'm rambling. I got to go. So thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you next time.